The key to good, healthy foliage in the winter is humidity. Hi, my name is Crystal and I'm from the Leafy Loft MTL. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about the importance of humidity and how to make sure that you're using it safely in your home. Especially during the winter, it's very important because the heaters really dry out the air. And we also keep all the windows closed to keep the heat in, and that ends up creating less air circulation, which is a really big part of managing humidity and healthy humidity levels. So you want to make sure that you have humidifiers. This is my favorite humidifier, and I have two of them. But it doesn't matter what brand it is. That's not really what's important. What's important is that it has all the features that make it easy to use. So let me show you what I mean by that. For a good humidifier, you want it to be large enough that you're not going to have to refill it super frequently, because that can really be annoying. This one holds quite a lot. I think if I remember correctly, it might have been 3 or 4 liters. I'm not 100% sure because it's been a while since I bought it, but it holds quite a lot. I have to refill it about once a day. And really important is that it doesn't run continuously regardless of what is happening in your air. You don't want a humidifier over humidifying. You don't want your home to end up with mold. So you want to make sure it has a feature like this. I'll zoom in here. So this feature here, it allows me to set the humidity that I want it to turn on at. I can say that I want it to be at 60, 65, 70. Look, I can go really high. Obviously, that would be too high. Generally, the rule of thumb is that healthy, sorry for the beeping if it's annoying anyone, you don't want to be above 60. Healthy humidity inside a home, over 60, 65, maybe you could push it to that. But if you were to get up to 70, it would end up being risky for growing mold in your home, in the walls, in the corners. Speaking of corners, I had an issue with humidity causing black mold in a corner of my home one time. And I figured out that the reason was that I had like plasticky objects. I had a plastic bag, literally, with some art inside of it, leaning against the wall. So the humidity was getting in there and it wasn't able to move out and circulate. And that caused the humidity to be trapped and to grow mold. So I would say that one really important thing is when you bring humidifiers into your home, you have to make sure that you think about not leaving things leaning against walls, especially in corners. And you want to also make sure you have good air circulation in general. So that means you need fans. Most people only use fans in the summer when it's hot, but you want to have fans in the winter to keep the humidity circulating safely around your home. So for example, I have this little fan always in the window of this room, pointing up so that it actually keeps the humidity out of the window. I have found that in previous winters, I ended up with steam on the windows sometimes, and that can cause mold. So this keeps the window clear. I also have this little one. I had it off so that you can hear me better, but this little fan aims into the room so that the air is circulated around the space as well. And in my living room, where I also have a lot of plants, I have an even bigger fan, actually, because this is quite a large room. It's a double living room, as they call it in Montreal. So yeah, I have this big fan, which is a bit loud and annoying when we're relaxing, when my husband and I are relaxing in the living room. So we don't run it 24 hours a day. We run it when we're at work and when we're sleeping. But it makes a huge difference. Another really important feature that you want to look for when you're choosing your humidifier is ease of cleaning. So personally, here I'm going to turn it off so that I can show you. I can lift this off. It's going to drip a little, and you can see the hole here is really big. I can very easily reach my hand in to clean inside. A lot of humidifiers have very small holes that you can't reach into, and I found that the first couple of humidifiers I owned, that was a really big source of stress for me, because if you don't clean your humidifier regularly, again, you can end up with bacteria that will cause mold. So make sure it has a good wide mouth for cleaning. And you can also use, like I said earlier, I think I mentioned it, you can also use oil diffusers. They are basically mini humidifiers, and you don't have to add oils if you don't want to. And they're really beautiful, but they don't have the same capacity as the larger ones. They don't produce as much humidity, and they would have to be refilled very frequently because they have small water containers. Also, I would make sure that you have one of these little monitors. They're super cheap, like 10 bucks. It allows you to be sure that the humidity is in a safe range. Personally, I like it to be between, like at the lowest in the 40s, and usually I don't like it to go that low. And at the highest, like I said earlier, 65 is the max to be healthy humidity. Another feature is the heat. So you can use no heat, so just cool air, and you can also use warm air. And on mine, it has options 1, 2, 3 for the heat level. I like it to be no heat. Again, this is related to healthy environments in the home. I personally feel that the warm mist can end up increasing the bacteria potential growth. So I like cool mist. I like it to be set to a percentage where it'll turn off for me when it reaches that percentage. And I like a wide mouth for cleaning it well. I hope you found this information today helpful. If you have any other questions, or if you have suggestions to add to what I've said about humidity in the home, please put it in the comments below. And you can also reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, or in the private Facebook group. All of these are under the same name, the Leafy Loft MTL. Bye!